Fandango's gone.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh my
He's
god.
gone.
You're trolling. You're trolling.
No, he
No way.
tweeted out 1 minute ago, "Thank you, Vince, Triple H, Steph McMahon, for the last 14 years."
No!
Oh my god. Well, welcome back to the Cobra Twist podcast. I guess we'll lead with that. I was
All
gonna
right,
do the pipe bomb because it's the 10th anniversary on the day this
We'll
releases.
save that.
But
we'll save that for the yacht show. So as of this moment right now, we're doing the podcast a day early because I can't be on tomorrow.
yeah,
but
we're
anyways,
recording on Friday instead of Saturday. Yeah.
as of right now, they're currently announcing like NXT releases. Here is the current list so far of people who have been released: Arya Daivari, Tony Nese, Everrise, Fandango.
Also, that writer who forgot who Bobby Lashley was. She's gone
I
too.
don't remember her name.
Yeah, I don't
Dude,
know her
I'm
name,
so-
but she's gone.
Not Fandango.
Damn, man. That's so unexpected. So, are they gonna drop Breeze too, or?
No, they can't.
It's got to be inevitable.
He's probably next.
Staple,
oh
like,
god.
Down, he's not going anywhere. I can't believe
watch him be on
that.
AEW in 2 weeks as like Kevin Wind. Yeah.
God.
Should we go into the news? Let's do it. John Cena is coming back. We don't know when. He was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. John Cena said that he will definitely be returning to the ring. He just doesn't know when. Looking forward to that return when it does happen. Cena versus Reigns? Question mark. And we've lost Chris. I should say, we have a guest this week. For the first time, we have Rian on here.
Hello.
Rian, you haven't been initiated to this. Chris drops out often. His internet is pretty terrible.
Right. Okay. Is this like an American problem?
Yes.
We'll say
Everything's
American.
an American
We'll say it's an American problem. Yeah.
The American dream.
It's the
More like the
American
American
dream,
nightmare.
lacking out of Discord calls. John Moxley has criticized scripted promos this week. He was on the Oral Sessions podcast, and this week he explained why he dislikes WWE's promo style. He said, and I quote, "That's why WWE promos fucking suck, because they jam 5,000 fucking words in there that aren't necessary. Say what you want to say, mean what you want to say, get your point across. I'm going to beat your ass on Saturday night because I don't like you. Boom, done." It's quite a good point.
Yeah.
Some
enough.
of these scripted promos become a bit wordsy. I can see the benefit of scripting them if you're a total control freak. Hi,
Yeah.
Vince. But like, I think if you have some trust in your talent, guys like John Moxley or like Samoa Joe can make gold on the stick if you give them half a chance. Well, Big E could be on the move to Raw with the next draft. WrestleVotes tweeted on Wednesday that WWE are looking to draft Big E to Raw, but they would still be pushing him as a singles competitor, even though the New Day would effectively be back together. It's gonna be an interesting one.
I miss seeing New Day together as the trio, man. I really hope that happens.
It's official, by the way. Sean Ross Sapp just tweeted Fandango has been released by the WWE.
Yeah, shoot.
Ah, man. We'll
Don't
have more
forget
of these probably.
He won like the 3rd season of NXT, right?
Yeah, he goes back with the company a long time.
Like he goes back to the FCW days.
Yeah, he's been there for a while. Man, I'm gonna miss the Fashion Police, even though it feels weird. Because like when it started, it was like one of those things I didn't want to like, but now I just really like them, and I'm gonna miss them. Um, you know what? Screw it. Hopefully they release Breeze too, and they can go be a tag team elsewhere because they were like gold together.
Up, up, down, down will never be the same if Breeze gets released.
Oh yeah, of course. That yeah,
I
because
feel like
it's a
either
Fed
way,
thing.
it's either way, it's broken. Like you can't have Breeze on his own
I mean, you
after
can.
you can, but it's I mean, how long has it been
It's been a while since he's done anything on his own.
I mean,
for?
technically, when Fandango was injured,
Yeah, but
But like for it's been like 4.5 years before he's been on his own for like a lengthy period of time, where it wasn't just because Fandango was out.
true.
yeah. I hope man, I don't know what to say. There will be more. I'm sure. I've got Twitter notifications on. I will make sure to uh pass on anything I read. But
Let's continue.
Edge Edge is booked for the July 16th episode of SmackDown. Uh, I'm assuming they're going to be making his feud for SummerSlam because his contract says what was it, 4 matches a year, I think.
I think.
He's done 2, so I'm gonna assume maybe SummerSlam and Survivor Series.
Actually, no, wait.
Um,
Well, is that pay-per-view matches or matches in general?
I think pay-per-view matches.
Oh, okay, then yeah. Then yeah.
So I think everyone's kind of thinking at the minute his opponent will be Seth Rollins. I think that would be golden because there's like precedent here. You can go back to the time when Seth Rollins threatened to kill him on Raw.
The good old days.
Yeah, the good old days when Seth Rollins threatened homicide. But it's I'd love to see that match. There's I'd love to see Edge face so many people in WWE, and I don't know how long his contract is, but at 4 matches a year, I don't know how much time there is for these matches, and I hope they get through some of them soon.
Yeah.
um, Rollins is obviously a dream match with Edge. Uh, that'll be excellent. And speaking of excellent, no more words.
Yeah.
According to Dave Meltzer, Jeff Hardy's No More Words theme song will be returning next month. It'll probably coincide with WWE's return to touring and having crowds. Having this theme song back was one of the conditions of his new contract that he signed last year. So I'm looking forward to having this back. And also, on the note of touring, WWE announced this morning they are coming back to the fairer shores, the United
United
Kingdom,
Kingdom.
the United Kingdom.
God
Uh,
save the Queen.
God save the Queen and her dogs and her many dead relatives. Um,
That's awesome.
God save Margaret Thatcher. Um, they're gonna clip that, aren't they? That's gonna end up on the no contacts page. Motherfuckers. Anyway, they're coming to Glasgow in November. I might go. I
That's gonna be great.
I really want to go. It's SmackDown, so I will get to um witness the tribal chief.
Yeah. You gotta
uh,
acknowledge him.
I will acknowledge the tribal chief. I'll bring a sign that says, "I acknowledge you, Roman. I also acknowledge your pecs." Um,
Do it.
um, so that about
You
does
heard
it
it
for
here
the
first.
news. Yeah, that about does it for the news this week. Chris, you want to take us through what happened on the wrestling?
Okay, so obviously, as I said in the beginning of this recording, we are doing this on Friday afternoon. Well, afternoon for me at least. This is before
Evening.
SmackDown,
It's
and this is
happening at
before
night.
AEW. So we only really have Raw and NXT to go through, but we also have Hell in a Cell to go through. Now, let's actually, I think we'll get to Hell in a Cell a bit later when we go through our
Okay.
predictions. Right, Daniel?
Yeah, I have the predictions here. We can do it now if you want. I have the little table here.
Okay, then let's just do that now then. Let's get that out of the way. So these predictions that me, Lana, and Daniel made on the last episode. Rian,
Yeah.
unfortunately, our guest today, was not a part of that, so We'll
we
just
gotta have
take
you on more often, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
we'll go
Alright,
through the list
so
here. So.
yeah. Am I going through it or are you going through it? I can go through it.
Um,
But
sure. You or how about I'll say our predictions. You give me the results. Yeah.
okay.
Um, I'd like to apologize. We kind of lost maybe like 2 minutes worth of audio here in the middle. For whatever reason, Discord doesn't like us very much. So we lost a little bit of audio, but as far as I can tell, the rest of the podcast is okay. So continue to enjoy. Thank you.
Kevin Owens is taking a big
So
match though.
currently myself and Lana are sitting on 2 points. You're
I'm at
sitting on
1.
1. Yeah.
I'm on a 1 point. I'm supposed to
And I
be the
should
psychic
say
here.
the remaining 2 matches on the main card, we all had the same answer. But Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair.
So technically Rhea Ripley retained the Raw Women's Championship, but Charlotte
But it
won the
was
match
via
via disqualification.
disqualification. Yeah. I hate that so much.
Yeah.
But so do we get a point or not for that? I
I am going to say no
No, because
because
Charlotte Flair
the
won the
match
match. Okay.
result.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the
Um,
last match.
we all had Booby Lashley.
And unfortunately, no, not unfortunately, Bobby won.
Bobby won.
Not unfortunately. That's
No.
awesome.
Yeah. Also, on the touring thing, I think they're just gonna bring Drew McIntyre over for for like 4 nights.
SmackDown, yeah.
Yeah, because the way he was tweeting it earlier, it was like, they're gonna have to wrestle me off that damn plane. Like, well,
I mean, the
see you
draft
in
is coming
September,
up.
Drew. Yeah, they might
Draft's
draft
coming
him.
up. They might draft him to SmackDown, or he's going to work the
Yeah.
dark match. Who knows?
So the results from Hell in a Cell, myself and Lana on 3 points. Chris, you were on 2.
Yeah. I suck.
Um, we won't talk about In Your Eyes. We all sucked on that one.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. That was a rough time. Dark
but
times.
dark times. Let's talk about Raw. What happened there?
So, weirdly enough, I didn't watch Raw live. I was too busy playing Skate 3. But I actually did watch it back a couple days ago. And what was Chop's rating for it? A 2 out of 10?
I believe so.
I
I'll
believe.
check. I'll verify that. But I think it
You
was.
can
Yeah.
verify. Yeah, I would have given it a 5.
Okay.
I liked it. It was probably one of the better episodes of the year. So let's go through it.
I can
So
confirm Chop Block Show 3 out of 10 for Raw. Hold
3
on.
out of 10. Oh, okay.
Aria Davari has confirmed he's been released by WWE
Yeah.
from Sean
We
Ross Sapp
technically
there.
knew that already. Sad.
Yeah, no, it was just Sean Ross Sapp tweeted it. I've got his notifications
Ah.
on. I love you, Sean.
All right, so
but
we
let's-
start going through. We start going through the Raw results. Lashley and MVP open the show with Lashley's ladies. MVP is given like a toast to Lashley and everything. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston come out to interrupt the toast. They start throwing toast to the ring. Get it? Toast. Yeah. But anyways, basically, Kofi challenges Lashley for the WWE Championship at Money in the Bank. Lashley accepts, and then it's also confirmed in that segment that there's going to be a Hell in a Cell match in the main event of Raw between Bobby Lashley and Xavier Woods.
the point of
So,
that
yeah.
was
Well, off the site I'm reading off of, it's saying that WWE confirmed that Woods must win tonight if Kofi wants the WWE title match at Money in the Bank. And yet that match is still going on, but we'll get into that in a second.
I should also say I
Next
can't remember
bit that we have going on here.
I don't know who said it in the chat. I think it was Dre that said it. But it kind of seemed like USA was like, "Hey, give us a cell match too, please."
Oh, that was definitely
Like
Brady
Fox
said that.
got one.
Yeah.
Give us one too. Which I could totally see happening. Network executives are scummy. Anyway, go on.
So next up, we had the first of 5 Money in the Bank qualifying matches. up on the show. This one was AJ Styles versus Ricochet, and would you look at this? Ricochet won the match with help from the Viking Raiders, but he won the match. Ricochet is heading to Money in the
Rick
Bank.
O'Shea. Good for
Pretty
him.
Ricky, my man.
I'm very glad. Good for him.
There was a backstage segment with Randy Orton and Riddle. It was probably fine. I don't know. I didn't watch. There was also a backstage interview with Eve Marie and the former Piper Niven.
Don't say
where
it. Don't
Eve
say it.
Marie... I have to.
Piper Niven. Her name is Piper Niven, and she will be known by nothing else. Okay?
What is she now going as? Because I've missed this.
Eva Marie has named Piper Niven Dewdrop. Doudrop. Dewdrop. It's the dumbest thing.
Can I just I hate it so much. It sucks.
Really
it's a
bad.
dumb name. Let me.
Oh, wait a second though. Have you seen what Dewdrop means?
Yeah, I was just about to say this. If we go to hold on. If we go to Urban Dictionary, we go dewdrop. It's gone.
So basically, dewdrop is defined by the Urban Dictionary as a woman who is romantically attracted to other women.
Yeah. That definition doesn't seem to be on Urban Dictionary anymore.
There's a reason behind this.
Yes, I think so. I just searched it. That definition isn't on Urban Dictionary anymore. At least it isn't showing up for me.
It's been striked.
It's been nuked. So well done to the Fed for that one.
Oh God, you know I just realized about that name too? Isn't Piper Niven bisexual?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That is
Tony
crazy.
Storm.
I know back. Tony Storm just came out as bisexual.
Yeah.
Back on Tuesdays. That was pretty.
You said that
cool.
popped into my head. Yeah, congrats to her.
All right, look, let's get back to the Raw review here. So, second Money in the Bank qualifying match of the night: Asuka and Naomi versus Eve Marie and Piper Niven. Yeah, Piper Niven was just sick of Eve Marie. Eve Marie went for a tag. Piper dropped off the apron, the hardest part of the ring, by the way.
Yeah.
And Eve Marie got rolled up, and Asuka and Naomi won. And now Asuka and Naomi are heading to the women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Fun little bit of Cobra twist trivia here. We were gonna call the podcast the hardest part of the ring, remember?
Yeah.
And then I found out someone else stole that name. But but I was like, hey, we should call it hardest part of the ring because I hate it when people say that. And then I googled it, and there's like 4 other podcasts that are named hardest part of the ring. We're not original. We've never had an original idea in our lives. But yeah, Raw.
So Adam Pearce, Rhea Ripley, and Charlotte Flair were basically the whole come up of it. Was that Charlotte Flair is getting a rematch for the Raw Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley at Money in the Bank?
How many of these matches will we have to sit through?
At least make it like a ladder match or something.
Yeah, where are they going to draw the line?
It will keep going until Mania next year.
Yeah.
It won't stop.
Charlotte Flair is going to take the title from Rhea Ripley and hold it above her head and start crying and say, look, Dad, I'm better than you. And then the year after at Mania, we're going to have Charlotte Flair versus Ric Flair.
And Ric Flair will hold the women's title for like 7 years.
24/7 championship.
Vince comes out, it's like his last year in the company, and he goes, guys, look, the guys were better all along. Women suck. And that's it. Rick wins it. He co-joins it with the heavyweight title, and the women's division is closed.
That's amazing.
Or we could have Stephanie McMahon defeat Ric Flair for it, and Stephanie McMahon can bookend the women's division because we all know that Stephanie McMahon invented women's wrestling, and she'll put an end to it too.
Former WWE Women's Champion Stephanie McMahon, by the way.
Yeah.
back to the Raw review.
Yeah, God.
We have a third Money in the Bank qualifying match: Randy Orton versus John Morrison. Place your bets. Who do you guys think won? Who do you guys think
Morrison,
won?
right?
Oh yeah, John Morrison won the match.
Oh,
But
thank
wait,
God.
can I explain the ending of this?
Please go ahead.
So I'm currently on WrestlingHeadlines.com reading through this. So let me read it
Right.
this word for word. Missprays Orton with the dripstick. Orton cedes now. Morrison takes advantage of the distraction and rolls Orton up for 2. Riddle ends up riding down on a scooter, chasing Miz around the ringside area, wheelchair versus scooter. Orton grabs Morrison, but Morrison drops him over the top rope off the distractions at ringside. Morrison hits Starship Pain for the pin to win and qualify for Money in the Bank.
So, what
Low
is
speed chase.
the dripstick?
The
I keep
dripstick is
hearing
basically like
it.
a water gun.
It's a
It's like a
water
water
gun.
gun, but it's a stick. It's like one of those like tire pump things.
It sounds like a
The water
sex
gun.
thing,
It
Chris. It
sprays
sounds like
water.
a sex thing. All right.
Well, yeah, when I
Let's
first heard about the dripstick, I thought it was John Morrison's. Anyways, after the
let's.
match,
Aye, aye, aye.
Morrison and Miz celebrate. The next thing that happens. Oh, we're really gonna
Hold
want to
on a
get into
second.
this one.
I just want to say, there is some poor soul out there who took some acid before watching Raw, and then they saw Matt Riddle come
Vomit.
out on a scooter, and like and John Morrison using a water gun, and
Which they're referring to as the dripstick.
the
The
dripstick.
dripstick.
I think the dripstick sounds like something that would be referenced in like an advert for a male enhancement pill. You know?
God, that sounds like
Yeah.
something Chop would have advertised on one of the early episodes of the Cobra Twist.
That sounds like something we would have had Chop Shill, yeah.
All right, we
Oh
really
man,
need to
yeah.
get sailing with these reviews. All right, continuing with the Raw review. Fourth Money in the Bank qualifying match: Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss won, but we have to address the elephant in the room.
Yeah. It's one
Nikki
giant,
Cross is a superhero now.
yeah, blue and yellow um lycra elephant. Why? Why? I know she came up with it.
Well, yeah,
Good for
she
her.
pitched the idea, and so you know
She
what?
pitched the idea, but someone
I
approved it.
trust that she knows what she's doing.
I hope she knows what she's doing. I'm sure it'll turn out fine. Look, I imagine she posted herself. She's worn superhero stuff before. I'm sure it'll
Yeah,
work out just fine.
but like this is like to the extreme.
Yeah. I mean, forgive me for being a little jaded here, but like things like this have gone bad before. We've seen it happen. And I quite like Nikki Cross. So, I mean, good for her. She's doing what she wants to do, I guess. But don't screw up
Okay,
WWE.
so next up, there was a backstage segment with Cedric Alexander, Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, and Jinder Mahal with Shanky.
Shanky, my boy
They're all-
Shanky.
Shanky, you love to see it. Shankly Gates, no. Anyways, they were all arguing about who deserved to qualify for Money in the Bank. Sonya Deville and Adam
Shanky
Pearce came
deserves to
up.
qualify.
They basically said like the qualifiers are final or whatever. And then Jinder said something along the lines of that if something were to happen to one of the competitors in Money in the Bank, he would appreciate it if Deville and Pierce consider him to fill that spot. So,
If
anyways,
one of the
speaking of Money in the
competitors were to say run into a baseball bat and lose a kneecap, I think I'd love to be in the main
if
event.
someone were to randomly get put through a cardboard wall.
If someone's limousine was to explode, I'd love to be considered for the Money in the Bank ladder match.
If someone were to be hung from the top of the arena. Anyways.
You know the
fifth
big
and
boss man will make you walk the line.
The fifth and final Money in the Bank qualifying match was Drew McIntyre versus Riddle. Riddle won the match with a roll-up. But that doesn't even matter. Because that match was awesome. Absolute barn burner, and that's not even just saying that ironically. It was really good, like
I'll take
really
your
good.
word for it. I didn't watch Raw. I've been enjoying sleeping this week. Like
Trust me,
I've
we know.
returned my sleeping schedule to normal. It's fun being able to go to sleep at like 10 o'clock at night.
And
I
before, all right, so
envy you
before,
Yanks.
yeah, so before I get to the main event, there were two things announced for next week's Raw. One of which is a second chance Money in the Bank qualifier, which is Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles. And the other match set up for next week's Raw is a strap match between Elias and Jackson Riker. In our main event here, Bobby Lashley versus Xavier Woods inside the Hell in a Cell. Pretty good match. Xavier Woods continues to be one of the most slept on wrestlers in WWE.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well,
Excellent.
Lashley won the match, and the show ended in a really cool actually scene with Lashley locking in the Hurt Lock on Xavier Woods and pinning him against the cell as Kofi's just screaming for Lashley to let go of Woods.
Oh, that's cool.
It was
I
pretty
can see
cool.
that
So that
being
was Raw.
pretty cool.
That was Raw.
Okay,
Here's NXT.
let's run through NXT and then we'll get on to the
We
next
really
segment
got
here.
to run through NXT here.
Yeah.
So Adam Cole opened the show saying that like he didn't like he was supposed to pick his opponent and like he didn't want to pick his opponent. And like Carmelo Hayes came out and issued a challenge to Adam Cole. Carmelo Hayes, for those who don't know, was Christian Casanova out on the Indies. Top talent, Christian Casanova. Insanely talented guy. He just oozes like star power, and I really hope that like he sees big things at NXT. But anyways, Carmelo Hayes challenged Adam Cole. He did the ruthless aggression line, slapped Adam Cole. Then they had a match, pretty good match. Adam Cole won the match with a Panama Sunrise. Carmelo Hayes sold it like he just got like I can't think of the word. Like he was a pogo stick.
Got.
Let's just go with that.
All right.
Anyways,
Okay.
next up, backstage promo, Big Net. There was a promo thing with The Way, Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory. Where Gargano basically saying that like he wants to be NXT champion, like Karrion Kross was exposed in that 5-way, and that like Kross was not on his level. And that every time Gargano was in the ring with Kross, Gargano could out-wrestle him, and he knows he can out-wrestle him. And so Gargano and Theory were interrupted by Pete Dunne and Oney Lorcan. So basically, Gargano was trying to get out of the way, pun intended, of Dunne and Lorcan. And then Dunne would go on to snap Theory's fingers.
Oh, okay.
Pretty steamed about that. And then, so that was the end of that segment. Cameron Grimes pulled up to the parking lot or whatever. He punched out Ari Sterling. That was kind of cool. And basically, Cameron Grimes is a full-fledged babyface now. And
How can
I'm
you
really
not
excited
be
to see where
when
this
you're
goes.
defending the $1 Million Man, Ted
Yeah,
DiBiase?
he's
Like how can
defending
you
Ted
not be a baby face?
Yeah.
When
then
you're
also-
against a man who dropped a pensioner last week on television. Like
Yeah.
That's
And basically, up next, there was a backstage segment with Adam Cole. Regal confronted Cole, and Cole basically just straight up saying he was leaving the arena. So he grabbed his bags and headed out, but we'll get into that a bit more later.
right.
Oh, the battery charger teaser that's been going on NXT. Where it's like the battery that started at 0 last week. It's at 51%
50.
now.
Yeah. I saw the GIF on Twitter. Yeah, it's at 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much. It feels like it's the big reveal for it going to 100%. It's going to be revealed at Great American Bash.
Yeah, it'll hit
In a couple
75 next week, and then yeah.
What do you guys think that charger is? What do you think it means?
I think it means that instead of Corvettes at this year's Great American Bash, they're gonna have Teslas. Instead of the Corvette with the American flag on it that they had last year, they'll have a Tesla Cybertruck, and it will be used as an offensive weapon. Can,
Adam
can we
Cole
get
and
some?
Kyle O'Reilly are just gonna start beating each other with
Yeah,
cars.
Kyle O'Reilly is gonna vehicular manslaughter on national television. I think that would be a real interesting
That's
way to end
awesome.
Great American Bash. Uh,
Yeah. So I'm seeing a lot
having
of
take
people
part in
saying,
the second hit and run storyline on WWE TV in the last year.
"Oh God." So, anyways, a lot of people are saying on like Twitter and everything that the Charger thing could be like a return, specifically for either Ridge Holland or Tegan Knox. I really hope it's Tegan Knox. I miss Tegan Knox. I love
I
Tegan
could see
Knox.
Tegan
Come
Knox,
back,
yeah.
please.
I could see that.
So, anyways, continuing with NXT, there was a backstage segment with Gargano and Theory in Regal's office complaining about what Dunn did to Theory. And so Regal made a tag match between Theory and Gargano and Dunn and Lorcan to happen that night, literally after this next match. This next match being Io Shirai and Zoe Stark versus the Robert Stone brand, which is Aaliyah and Jessie Camilla.
Yeah.
Io and Zoe won the match. And then after the match, there was like pretty much a huge brawl between Shirai and Stark, The Way, which is Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell at this point, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, and Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. This was also the segment where we got to see Samoa Joe. He came out with security trying to restore order and everything.
Joe,
I
Joe,
I made a
Joe.
post about this. It's really weird, but for some reason I just want to see like Samoa Joe beat the crap out of Shotzi Blackheart.
Run
I
her
don't
over
know
with
why.
a tank.
Just the just the image of Samoa Joe like ragdolling Shotzi Blackheart around the ring is just the funniest
Samoa
thing to
Joe
me.
should get in the tank and run over Shotzi Blackheart. Make it the third hit and run of the year.
No, like Shotzi like shoots like a ball out of the tank at Samoa Joe and he just no sells it. He
Yeah.
flips over the tank. Oh my god, I got chills. Anyways, Gargano in Theory versus Lorcan and Dunn was an amazing tag match. I thought it was really good. Gargano in Theory played the babyface role here extremely well. Yeah, and Gargano got the win by pitting Oney Lorcan. And then after the match, Gargano got attacked by Karrion Kross. So I guess it's safe to say who Karrion Kross is defending the title against next. You
Yeah,
know, if
that
he's
that
not too
seems like a done
busy,
deal now, yeah.
if he's not too busy showing up on main event defeating Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, don't remind me.
Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, on this recent episode of Main Event, Karrion Kross and Bronson Reed had matches. Bronson Reed defeated Drew Gulak, who returned to the Trunks, which was awesome. And Karrion Kross, without all the lights and smoke and without Scarlett, defeated Shelton Benjamin. And Karrion Kross looked lost.
Yeah, they need Scarlet, and he needs
He needs.
the cool black and white entrance with all the smoke and the lights and
Who would have
Scarlet.
thought Adam Cole was spot on that a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I hope they don't call him up now.
Yeah. All right.
It's
Anyways,
so that was
what's
NXT.
next? No, there's
Uh.
more on NXT. There's more.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Frankie Monet won a squash match against Elektra Lopez,
Did you
the
have the dog?
former Carissa Rivera.
Did you have the dog with her?
No, she did not have the
Not
dog with her.
interested.
All right. Anyways, there was a backstage promo with Bronson Reed and Isaiah Swerve Scott with Hit Row. Oh my God! Speaking of Hit Row,
Oh no.
they defeated Everrise in a tag team.
Nah, 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 nah. Nah,
They
nah,
got Alexander
nah, nah.
Wolf. That's crazy.
I
All right.
feel bad
So
joking about Everrise being gone. Like
yeah.
both of them just lost their jobs, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I don't really
So
like them.
also, There was a backstage segment where Mercedes Martinez was getting interviewed, and it was revealed that next week she's facing Boa and Xylee in a mixed tag team match. She got She got jumped by Xylee and Boa, but then Jake Atlas made the save and kicked Boa. So that's going to be a mixed tag match next week. It's going to be Mercedes Martinez and Jake Atlas versus Xylee and Boa. Also on next week's NXT. Also on next week's NXT, there's going to be a triple threat tag team match to determine the number one contenders to the way for the NXT Women's Tag Team titles. Why was that so weird to say? The three teams are Ember and Shotzi, Raquel and Dakota Kai, and Io and Zoe Stark.
It was weird to say, Chris, because there shouldn't be NXT Women's Tag Team titles. They shouldn't be a thing. Why not just have them be mixed with the regular women's tag team titles?
Oh no!
Like they
But
said
when
they
you were
were
saying
going
that,
to do in the beginning.
when you started saying that, I thought you were saying that there were no NXT Women's Tag titles, and I was really confused.
No, there is. There just shouldn't be.
All right. Real quickly, NXT main event: Kushida versus Kyle O'Reilly. Incredible match.
Yeah,
Kyle O'Reilly won with a roll up. Oh, but we have to get this. After the match, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole got into a brawl and brawled all across the arena, leaving Kushida alone in the ring. But he's not alone for a lot. As Kushida gets jumped in the middle of the ring and starts getting beaten down. And then it's revealed that the man that is attacking Kushida, it's Roderick Strong.
Oh. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
All right. Not only is it Roderick Strong, but Roderick Strong is accompanied by Mr. Tyler Rust, and also a man who was signed to NXT a couple months back. I think it was like December or something. Hideki Suzuki, which I completely slipped my mind at first because I was more stunned over Roderick Strong being back. But man, Hideki Suzuki is legit, dude. I'm really excited for that. But anyways, yeah, going on with it. Roderick Strong, Tyler Rust, Hideki Suzuki, and Mr. Malcolm Bivens. That is the Diamond Mine. The Diamond Mine.
Favorite,
the Diamond Mine.
Favorite Twitter user, Malcolm Bivens.
Malcolm Bivens. Everyone loves Malcolm Bivens. Who doesn't love Malcolm Bivens?
Twitter game, 10 out of 10.
All right, so that's NXT. And
that
really
was NXT.
Quickly, I'm going to run through the Dynamite card for tomorrow because I just have it open.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. No, Dynamite's tomorrow. SmackDown's tonight. Tomorrow's the last weird episode.
Why is it on a Saturday? Why did they change it?
I don't know, but it's back in its normal time at least. So this is the AEW card for tomorrow. Dante Martin of Top Flight versus Matt Sydal. It's a rematch from Dark Elevation, I think. Chris Statlander versus the Bunny, a.k.a. Allie. Hangman Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs. That's going to be pretty good. And Kenny Omega, Lana's favorite, defending the AEW World Championship against Jungle Boy.
I thought you were going to say the AEW Women's Championship then.
I almost did. I almost did.
I'd love to see that one.
Kenny Omega as AEW Women's Champion.
Got a tough choice to make tomorrow night as to whether I watch AEW or UFC.
Oh, okay.
I want to watch UFC. I don't care about wrestling. That was that was this week in wrestling.
We gotta breeze through this.
How about we talk about this day in wrestling? On this day, I see clearly 53 years ago in Nagoya, Japan, Bobo Brazil defeated Giant Baba to win the NWA International Heavyweight Championship. He would drop the title back to Giant Baba just 2 days later in Tokyo. 26 years ago, the WWF presented King of the Ring. In the finale, Mabel defeated Savio Vega to become the King of the Ring. I should say, this is this day in wrestling. This is today, Friday the 25th. I'll also do tomorrow, which is the day we would be recording on.
True.
21 years ago, WWF presented yet another King of the Ring. This time, the winner was Kurt Angle. He defeated Rikishi in the finale. 19 years ago on a SmackDown taping in Chicago, Kurt Angle issued an open challenge. Now, the man who answered this open challenge possessed one talent. That talent was ruthless aggression. That's right. 19 years ago today, John Cena made his WWF debut. WWE. WWF? 19 years, probably WWE, right?
WWE.
Yeah, WWE.
Yeah.
They dropped the
had
F after
brought the F
Mania
out by
18.
that point. So John Cena. Do. He had the dumb trunks.
The dumb trunks.
Thank God he swapped them for jorts. 15 years ago, Vengeance, live from Charlotte, North Carolina. This card included Randy Orton defeating Kurt Angle. Ric Flair defeated Mick Foley 2-0 in a best-of-3 falls match.
That's awesome.
Rob Van Dam defeated Edge to retain the WWE title. Imposter Kane, or Sussy Kane as I will be knowing him, defeated the real Kane.
Oh, God. Never say that again.
Sussy Kane. John Cena defeated Sabu, and in the main event, D-Generation X defeated the Spirit Squad in a 2-on-5 handicap match. That's why, my opinion, Triple H and Shawn Michaels are the best tag team of all time. Isn't that right, Chris?
Yes,
13
Mr.
years
ECW
ago.
Television Championship.
Deflecting, brother. 13 years ago in Barcelona, Spain, the Ultimate Warrior came out of his retirement to defeat Orlando Jordan. He won the new He won the new Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. Straight after the match, he vacated the title and went back into retirement. This was to be his last ever wrestling match.
It was to be.
Yes, this was his last
But it
match.
was not to be.
No, this was his last match.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, hell of a way to go out there.
Hey, my fault.
10 years ago today, WWE released Chavo Guerrero Jr. We move on. 8 years ago today, Jake Hager, as he was known at the time, Jack Swagger, was found guilty of speeding and driving under the influence.
Oh, no.
We're gonna get happy here. Today is Layla's birthday. Got me on my knees. And then we're gonna get really sad. 14 years ago today, the Benoit family was found dead at their home in Atlanta, Georgia. The following Raw was a tribute show for Benoit and his family. During the show, ABC News broke the news that their deaths were being treated as a double murder-suicide. Since then, WWE has scrubbed all mention of Chris Benoit from their websites and other media. His name, quite rightfully so, hasn't been mentioned on programming since.
It was a very quick change to pace.
Yeah, we went from happy birthday to Benoit killed his family, but we're gonna
happy death day.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Chris. The night after, ECW opened with a statement from Vince McMahon. The statement goes as follows: "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Last night on Monday Night Raw, the WWE presented a special tribute show recognizing the career of Chris Benoit. However, some 26 hours later, the facts of this horrific tragedy are now apparent. Therefore, other than my comments, there will be no mention of Mr. Benoit's name tonight. On the contrary, tonight's show will be dedicated to everyone who has been affected by this terrible incident. This evening marks the first step of the healing process. Tonight, WWE performers will do what they do better than anyone else in the world: entertain you."
Chills.
I think the less we say about this, the better, really.
Yeah.
It's a thing people make jokes about a lot, but it's quite a serious thing. I don't know what to say, man. It's a horrible thing, but it happened, and I guess there's no erasing it from history. It's a thing that happened. But we're going to get more cheerful now. We're going to move on to Saturday, which is the day we usually record the show. 45 years ago tomorrow in Tokyo, Japan, Antonio Inoki went 15 rounds in a boxer versus wrestler match. His opponent was none other than Muhammad Ali.
That's awesome.
In the match, Inoki was not allowed to suplex, throw, or use submissions. Inoki spent most of the match lying down, throwing kicks at Ali's legs. In total, Ali threw 6 punches, 4 of which connected. Inoki, however, landed 107 leg kicks and he committed 3 fouls.
Oh my god.
If he had had 1 less foul, he would have won the bout. Of course, this match was a work.
It was a work, brother?
Yes, this was a work shoot,
Got
brother.
worked, bro.
Yeah. Got worked, brother, 45 years ago in Tokyo. Ali sustained 2 blood clots in his legs from this match that would go on to affect his mobility for the rest of his career. That was something.
That was something.
21 years ago on Raw, Mick Foley became the commissioner of the WWF.
Hey, love to see it. Commissioner Mick.
Commissioner Mick. Meanwhile, on the other network, Jeff Jarrett won a 4 corners match to retain his WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Now, who were JEWF, JARRETT's opponents, you might be asking? Well,
Nice.
Goldberg, who earlier in the night had defeated Jim Duggan to qualify for this match. Kevin Nash,
Jim Duggan.
who earlier in the night, Kevin Nash had defeated Mike Awesome to qualify. And Scott Steiner, who earlier in the night had defeated Buff Bagwell to qualify for this match. 18 years ago, WWE announced that Roddy Piper had been released following his appearance on HBO's Real Sports, on which he was critical of the WWE while talking about wrestler deaths and his personal drug use. 16 years ago, WWE presented Vengeance from Las Vegas, Nevada. It did 420,000 pay-per-view buys, which I thought I'd mention because it's 420, and that's funny. On the card, Shawn Michaels defeated Kurt Angle. John Cena defeated Christian and Chris Jericho to retain the WWE title. And in the main event, Batista defeated Triple H in that infamous Hell in a Cell match to retain his World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to jump forward massively to SmackDown last year. WWE presented a tribute to The Undertaker in which they re-aired the entire Boneyard match. In the main event, Jeff Hardy defeated Baron Corbin. And then Sunday, the day this podcast releases, is the 10th anniversary of the pipe bomb.
We'll get into that.
We'll make some reference to that later. Yeah, we didn't make any reference to that. I would like to apologize to absolutely nobody. But on that massive John Cena hit, we were talking about his debut and the fact he's returning.
Yes.
Let's do ranked. This week's ranked is John Cena matches. Here's our top 5. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. 2 weeks in a row. Okay. This can't fail.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so I have 3 honorable mentions. This was ridiculously hard. Honorable mention number 1, John Cena versus Cesaro for the United States Championship from the July 6th, 2015 edition of Raw. That was the one that main evented the show and went 30 minutes.
I was doing that, I think.
It was an amazing match, and it was really close to making the list.
Right.
But I'm going to keep it as an honorable mention for now. You never know. I may change it later. Who knows? But actually, I can change it later. Honorable mention number 2, John Cena versus CM Punk. John Cena versus CM Punk from the February 25th, 2013 edition of Raw. I can't English. Another really good match.
I have a distinct feeling there will be another John Cena versus CM Punk match on here somewhere.
Maybe. That Cena versus Punk match from the February 25th, 2013 edition of Raw. I can't speak. Doesn't matter. That was the one where Punk pulled out the pile driver. Love to see it. My third and final honorable mention.
Bad news.
What?
I'm going to interrupt you quickly here with a quick news brief. 3 minutes ago, tweeted from Sean Rossap, Fightful has learned that Tyler Breeze has been released by WWE.
For fuck's sake.
No!
Yeah.
You're
he's gone
kidding
too.
me.
No joke, brother.
Oh my god. Former
So
BCW World Heavyweight Champion Tyler Breeze has been released from NXT. All right, never mind. Anyways.
yeah. Anyway, back to the list.
God, that sucks though. All right. Honorable mention number 3. John Cena versus Umaga from the Royal Rumble 2007.
Oh my god.
It was a really good match, but I just didn't think it should have made my top 5, but I wanted to mention it in some capacity. All right, now going on to the actual list. Number 5. And I really don't know if this should stay at number 5, but I don't really know what to do with the other 4 on the list. So number 5, John Cena versus Edge from Unforgiven 2006.
I'm never
Obviously,
gonna
that
forgive
was
you.
I get it. Unforgiven. God, I see what you did there.
No, because it's my favorite John Cena match. I'm never gonna forgive you. It's my favorite
Look,
Edge
man,
match too, as a matter of fact.
it's probably my favorite Edge match, but not my favorite Cena match. Is that fair? Can we go with that? Is that fair?
Well, we can go with that. I might forgive you.
All right, number 4. We're just gonna keep breezing through this. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar versus
Don't say
Seth
breeze.
Rollins.
Don't say breeze, man. Come on. It's still a little sore. Don't. Come on.
What? I said Cena versus Brock versus Rollins from Royal
No,
Rumble
you said
2015.
breeze. We're just gonna
I
breeze
started
through
saying
this.
breeze. Just shut up, okay? Just shut up. I'm having a crisis right now, okay, Daniel? But no, Cena versus Cena. Oh god. Cena, Brock, Rollins, triple threat, Rumble 2015. Really good match. Incredible match. I think that got match of the year in like the Slammies, right?
I think so.
I think so. It deserved it. It was a really
Question
good
mark?
match. Number 3, John Cena versus AJ Styles, SummerSlam 2016. It was a phenomenal match. AJ winning was definitely the right call, and man, they really teased us hard with with Cena potentially retiring when he left like the armband in the ring.
Yeah.
But no, he went on to win his 16th World Championship at the Rumble against AJ Styles. So that was.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was either Cena versus Styles from SummerSlam or from Rumble 2017, but I went with SummerSlam because I like it more.
Right.
It felt more surprising with like the near falls and everything, where Rumble kind of just felt expected. It felt like overkill almost. But it was still a good match. Still a really good match. Anyways, number 2 on this list. John Cena versus Shawn Michaels from the April 23rd, 2007 edition of Raw. That was the one after Mania 23 where they went an hour in the UK. Oh my god. It was a really good match, man. Incredible. And HBK went over too. Like, you'll love to see it. But Cena proved he could truly hang in that match. Speaking of Cena losing, number 1, John Cena versus CM Punk Money in the Bank 2001. Ah, come on. Come on, man. Come on. Everything about that match was amazing. Sure, Punk botched a couple times, but still.
Who doesn't? So it was a very high adrenaline evening.
Who doesn't
Lucha
botch?
Things.
Lucha Things. They did do some Lucha Things. I believe there was a Hurricane Rana. But yeah, that's my number 1. That's my list.
I'm gonna go next. Now I
Can't wait to
noticed
hear
you
this
had
one.
you had a few modern matches on there, Chris. Yeah. The
That's true.
The newest match I have on my list is 10 years old. So I'm gonna say my honorable mention is that Shawn Michaels match, the hour-long one.
Yeah.
Excellent match.
The Mania 23 match was also solid.
But no one really thinks of that, do they? It's kind of it's the hour-long match after it. We're gonna go number 5 now, and John Cena versus the Great Khali at One Night Stand 2007.
You don't get to tell me anything about my list.
Now let me explain myself. I am a sucker for nostalgia. Okay, and
We
this
know.
match was one of those matches when I was a wee child, that I just watched over and over again. I thought it was at the time I thought it was the perfect example of a Falls Count Anywhere match. At the time I was also like 4. Um and on to number 4 is versus John Cena versus Randy Orton at Breaking Point 2009. That was the one where Randy Orton handcuffed John Cena up to the
Good
ring
times.
post. I'm glad Lana isn't here. I should probably be saying something like "Wish it was
Yeah.
me," but
True.
she's not here. So I'll
I
have
do
to
wish it
say it
was me.
instead. Yeah, same. Number 3. Another method of restraint involving John Cena here. I have both of these matches here because they were from the same feud. They were like right next to each other in terms of when they happened, and
We're literally right next to each other. They were pay-per-view
yeah,
after pay-per-view.
yeah, I hold them in kind of the same regard as John Cena versus Batista, both at Over the Limit 2010 and the Last Man Standing match at Extreme Rules 2010. They were great matches. I I
That is
think
for
I've
true.
mentioned it before. That I Quit match was when I realized wrestling wasn't real. Um, because on I had the DVD, right, and
It's
and
still
when
real to me.
it was still real to me, damn it, at 6 years old. On the DVD, right, he's holding him up on his shoulders, okay, and just before he does the AA through the stage, John Cena turns to him, and he goes like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, well, why would he say that? Why would he turn and talk to this man he's just
You
beat
hate
the
this
life out
man.
of for the last 20 minutes? Yeah, you hate this man. Why would you ask him if he's alright, John Cena? And then I was like, oh, this isn't real, is it? It's fake.
That's probably what Daniel told himself at 6 years old.
yeah, I was like, this isn't real. This, oh man, this sucks. And then I stopped watching for like 2 years.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, what a smark I was. Uh, Speaking of smarky things, next on the list, John Cena versus CM Punk at Money in the Bank 2011. How can you not love this match?
Ah,
How can you not love this match? It's just
true.
perfect. That entrance was the only time I would ever accept this fire burns. Don't get me wrong, a decent theme song, but it doesn't top Cult of Personality.
No.
But
I don't
when
know.
he
I think it tops it.
man,
It's so like it made Punk
Yeah.
seem so much stronger. Exactly. Like it opens up. Whereas Cult
Yeah.
of Personality was like he seemed he gave me the
Cult
same
of
idea. Like
Personality feels like a political statement when he's
it feels like
walking out.
Matt Riddle should be walking
And
out.
that
It's so much. It feels so much more relaxed.
You know what? If we can get WWE to use a Living Color song from Matt Riddle, I think that would be excellent. I think that should
would be
happen.
amazing.
I think it would be even better if they managed to license like Gin and Juice. I feel like that would be a bit better. Might have to do some creative censoring on that one.
If
but,
AEW can get Tarzan Boy and Where's My Mind, WWE can get.
oh yeah, for sure. WWE can get
They can
Gin and
get anything
Juice.
that they want. They
Yeah.
can get you.
But for some reason they can't get Matt Hardy's old theme song on Spotify. What's up with that?
Oh
Huh?
yeah.
Oh yeah. I would
I
do it.
get stuff.
I would shout it if it wasn't 9:20 at night. And then my number one, I'm gonna get ridiculed for this probably. Once again, I am a creature of nostalgia. This was my favorite match to watch growing up. It was John Cena versus Edge, the TLC match from Unforgiven 2006. My favorite
That's
John Cena
fair.
match.
That's a fair one.
That was just excellent. The spot at the end where they went through the double tables off the top of the ladder, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
I that was just everything. I love that so much. So that's my
That's your list.
number one. Okay, Rian, it's your turn.
So I will admit I'm not as prepared as I would like to have been with this.
That's fine.
I
No
don't
one
have as
ever
much.
is.
There's not a ton of like things I can detail about the matches as well, and they're not quite so well ordered. But for number 5, I'm gonna go with Team Cena versus Team Authority at Survivor Series 2014.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
This
interesting,
wasn't.
actually.
that's a good shout. Yeah.
It was it's more for nostalgic reasons than anything else. I think a big part of it, to be honest, was the whole like Ziggler versus everyone kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was kind of exciting to me at
Dolph
the
Ziggler was
time. I was
popular.
like, that looks great. So it's not so much for Cena, but I think
No,
it's a
but
really
he
great
was
match.
in it, so we'll count it.
Yeah,
Fine.
yeah, he was in it.
That
It
counts.
was an enjoyable match,
The standards for what counts here are pretty low.
and I think
Yeah.
story wise as well, like it was important in the context of story.
I loved the story from that time, the Authority storyline. Sometimes I think
Yeah,
back and I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish they'd just bring back
I
Triple
had
H and
it
Stephanie
good.
McMahon talking for 30 minutes at the
yeah.
start of every episode of Raw.
Everyone
I
hated
really
it,
had it going.
True.
but it was like the only reason we hated it at the time because we were still on that level of being like, well,
Smart.
it's kind of real.
We were smarks.
Yeah,
It's still real to me.
We were the same smarks who shouted at Ryback.
God.
Oh,
Why was
I'll never
Ryback
forget
popular?
that. I don't know how many times I've told you that story, Chris. Maybe we won't go into it on the podcast. Perhaps it's a good idea to not mention that.
if I remember correctly, he was in this match as well.
Was he?
He was. He was
Oh.
on Team Cena.
Yeah, yeah. He was
And
the
it was
one
like
of
a
the ones
big
that
deal
got
leading up
fired,
to
I
it.
think.
Yeah. It was him, Eric Rowan, and Dolph Ziggler who got fired. Like later on when the Authority came back.
I'm
I
still
remember
scared thinking
it
about
was a
it.
big deal deciding which team Ryback was going to be on too. God.
Right.
Oh yeah.
It's the domino effect. Is Dolph Ziggler winning a Survivor Series 2014 to Ryback threatening to kill me. It all goes in one, and it's Dolph
It's
Ziggler's fault.
linear, yeah. It's all Dolph Ziggler's fault. It wasn't our fault for shouting mean things at him. It was
No,
Dolph
not
Ziggler's
at all.
fault.
Not at all.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, Ryback.
So, at number
I'm
4.
not sorry, Ryback. Screw you.
Yeah, you know
He
what?
said it.
He's been told to retire 6 times this year, and
Go
he's
back
still
to
not
eating
done it.
Ruffles at a
So-
Google Meet, you idiot.
My favorite thing about that is how he's turned it into like his thing. Like he would just keep doing polls. Like he was joking about it. He kept saying the polls were like fake news.
Yeah, he said he was blocking the haters
Yeah.
so that the polls would be
And he
fixed.
actually did.
I replied to one of the tweets and I was like, man, I gotta respect how you're working this for likes, and he liked it. So I was like, right, okay, I know this is fake now.
It's not real to me anymore.
No, it's not real to me, damn it. Anyway, what's next on your list?
So number 4, I've got Cena versus Bryan at SummerSlam 2013.
Oh, true. That almost made my list. That's true.
point,
That
yeah.
was really good.
I think again, it's not so much that like, oh, I love Cena's performance, but I think the match really did a lot for Bryan. And it was maybe at that point in Cena's career as well where he was willing to kind of put people over because he knew it was like his prime was kind of, he was coming out of his prime. I think that was, I mean, it's the only match they've had. I think if Cena is coming back in, I wouldn't mind seeing him and Bryan again.
Mm-hmm.
True.
But obviously Bryan's status, as far as I know, is still kind of up in the air.
I think he's gone from WWE. Like he's gone.
Yeah.
Is it definitely he's
I
out
think
for
it's
now,
definitive.
Yeah.
I haven't I haven't heard anything to the contrary of that, but like, I also haven't heard him say he's going anywhere else.
Yeah, like he hasn't said
There
anything about
There
it.
hasn't been any rumblings of like, oh, he's going to AEW or he's going to Ring of Honor or he's
I
going
would
to like
kind of assume that
MLW.
now that
He
Brie
should
and
go to
Nikki are in the
MLW
Hall
low
of
key.
Fame, it's like, but because they're both, I mean, they're not on Legends contract as far as I know.
No,
But it means like they're in the Hall of Fame. He doesn't need to worry about ruining anything with their relationship with the company now that they're officially out and they have all their kind of
yeah,
honors
he can do
from them.
whatever he wants.
So
Yeah,
he can kind of just do whatever now.
yeah, they're never taking those rings back. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
he can do whatever.
I understood that reference.
But
yeah. I'll put
yeah,
that for number 4. Number 3, it's kind of tight, but I'm gonna go with Cena Punk from Money in the Bank.
okay,
I think it's
Alright.
just definitive with that storyline. Again, it's a very important match.
oh
I
yeah, for
suppose
sure.
through the times that I would have been watching wrestling, it's like that was a big story, and they had it in 2K14, I believe was the story mode.
2K15.
2K15, 2K15,
2K15, yeah.
which was one of the first wrestling games I had. So it was like I played through it, and it was like being all
It's
excited
ingrained.
about
Yeah.
that, and then watching all the matches as well as that happened. So yeah, so it's ingrained as being an important storyline or whatever, or being an important match. Number 2 is Big Show, Angle, and Cena at Mania 20.
Okay,
Wait,
okay,
what?
I can get with that.
Which it's I believe that was Cena's first main event at Mania.
I think so.
Wait, what? Wait,
Yeah.
which match are you talking about here?
Big Show and Angle at Mania 20.
All right, hold on. Wait a second. Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Big Show, Angle, Cena at Mania 20.
You're saying Big Show versus Kurt Angle versus John Cena at WrestleMania 20.
Yeah.
That did not happen.
There was definitely a Big Show.
The Mania 20 match was Big Show versus John
Was it-
Cena for the U.S. Championship.
Hold on, no. When was it then? Was it?
There was definitely that match at some point.
There
That
was
happened.
No Way Out.
Oh, maybe it
I've
was
just
No Way
double
Out. Hold
checked
on.
there. I've just double checked there. Yeah, it was No Way Out 2004.
Yeah, it was for a WWE
Right,
title
okay.
match.
That's what it was. So I've messed that
you
up there.
you faked me out so much there.
I kind of confused myself as well because I don't remember this happening.
See,
And I felt
Rian,
like
what
I
you'll
felt
come to
I
understand is that I am a wrestling know-it-all.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
I'm
one night
I'm glad you know.
one night during SmackDown, I think it was SmackDown, maybe it was NXT. Chop was just throwing like obscure pay-per-views from like the mid 2010s at him, and he was just naming the whole
It was
card.
definitely SmackDown.
Yeah, I think you got like every match on Smackville. I
Every
think.
match.
Yeah, and then there was a few others as well. You got like oh god, what else did
We
you
have
get?
the
I think you got
recording,
like,
I'm pretty sure.
Night of Champions. No, we didn't record that, unfortunately.
Wait, no, I'm thinking of the one just went through obscure pay-per-view, like network special cards.
Yeah, that ended up
I
on.
was naming like Hell in a Cell 2015, where the only match I missed was the pre-show. Wait, no, I got the pre-show after he gave me one of the teams.
Yeah, that the recording of us just going through old cards that ended up on. I think it was CC8. I think. Oh god,
I think it was, yeah.
But
God.
I should explain for anyone who hasn't heard that before. That's my code name for the podcast because it's like I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan, and JRE is the Joe Rogan experience. So we're the Cobra Twist experience, which is CTE. So in case one day I just say it on the podcast and not realize I'm not making fun of traumatic brain injuries. That's it's just a convenient acronym.
All right,
Please
so
finish
back
your
to
list.
business. Cena
Yeah.
show, no, Cena show angle. Oh, God.
Yeah. No Way Out 2004. Yeah, I messed up when it was. I'm not gonna let myself get any other details wrong, so I'm just gonna skip over it.
Okay.
And then number one
Are we
would
sure
be,
Kurt Angle was in this match?
maybe he was in there somewhere. You know, he wrestled him
Was
at
he
some point, right?
was he wearing a stripy shirt?
Best time to wear a striped sweater.
Oh god.
And number one is Mania 23, Michaels and Cena.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course,
all
of
right.
course.
I respect it.
For
Big
obvious
respect for that
reasons.
A lot of respect. A lot of respect. I'm in pain.
one. So that about does it for this week, I think.
Yeah.
Is there any shows on next week that we need to do some predictions for, or
Not that I can think
I
of.
don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think we're good. So that was this week's Cobra Twist experience, CTE, if you wish. Thank you for watching. I'm scrolling back through my notes to get to the top here, and I have just seen Sussy Kane again, so I think that's probably a good place to end. Like, comment, subscribe. If you
Wait a
haven't
second.
already.
Hold on. I just realized something reading through Sean Ross Sapp's Twitter.
What?
August Gray was released, better known as Retro Anthony Green from Evolve. He was just announced for a match for 205 Live like 2 hours
Yes, I
ago.
saw that. Yeah, and he tweeted the screenshot of the match card, and he was like,
It's just been turned into a loser
updated
leaves
match.
town.
Yeah, loser leaves town match. Yeah, so
Dude, that sucks. I love August Gray. Man, all right.
oh,
Yeah, that's been the Cobra Twist.
I should also mention there was a tweet. There was an tweet. Yeah, hard to believe, I know.
And tweet.
From Arya Davari here. When it was it's a bit shady. He's thrown a little bit of shade here at the Fed.
Yeah.
He says, "Thank you all for the kind words and support. It's time to put sports entertainment behind me and get back to professional wrestling." So
Oh.
Nice has done a very similar thing.
has he? I'll need to
To
find
an
that.
extent, yeah.
I mean, Tony Nese was a cruiserweight champion.
Not he's not done it
With
quite the
Tony
same,
Nese.
but you can tell he's not impressed.
Thank you everyone. I don't care about how unwatched and underappreciated 205 was. I busted my ass every single time I stepped in the ring, doing whatever was asked of me with no questions asked. Yeah, that doesn't. I can't wait to be that type of employee for someone else. Yeah, he doesn't sound very pleased.
Oh yeah, he sounds bitter.
I'd probably be bitter too.
Wait a second. It's the curse of the Cruiserweight Championship. That's another Cruiserweight champion caught from WWE.
Oh God, yeah.
It's not going to stop. It's, I mean, because I mean they were talking about having the cruiserweight division have more recognition and make it more important again. They're just going to destroy it.
Yeah.
I think
They're
the
going to get rid of it
cruiserweight.
completely.
Yeah, it's gone. Uh, they've almost completely wiped 205 Live of all of its like decent talent today. That's not to say there's not some incredibly talented people left there, but like, I don't watch 205 Live. All the names that I know from 205 Live just got released.
Yeah.
I now have no reason to watch 205 Live, and unless they give me a reason, I won't be watching it. And that's, I feel like there's probably a lot of people who feel the same. I don't see the cruiserweight division being around in 6 months' time. It's a
No,
bold prediction from me there, but
not on its current body anyway.
not in its current state. Either they're gonna have to absorb another company. Let's like let's
I mean, technically
let
they did with Evolve, but they just released one of the wrestlers, so.
yeah, exactly. I think unless WWE just like absorbs another independent company, like How much money do you think they'd have to pay MLW? Like,
I mean, a lot. They're
how
making
much?
bank
How
right now with
much?
all these signings.
WWE's also making bank with all this releasing people. I th- I think they could refill a cruiserweight division if they just put all that money elsewhere,
Yeah.
or they
Why
could
not?
make even more money by completely getting rid of the cruiserweight division. And let's not pretend that Nick Khan is here for the love of the business, and that's a
Oh,
shoot,
that's a good
cowboy.
place.
Ooh.
That is a
Yeah,
great place to end it. This has been the Cobra Twist. Thanks for tuning in. Stay kind, everybody. Have a good day.
stay kind unless you're talking to Nick Khan.
True.
Call him every nasty word under the sun.
Oh, before you call this out, Daivari has retweeted Nice's one and has
Okay.
said, I was really enjoying what Tony Nese and I were doing as a tag team on 205. Every single time we worked as hard as possible, despite the show not being highly positioned. That's what professionals do, and that's what we'll continue to do. So it's whether they're planning on working together from here.
I hope we get the fashion police back together.
Uh, I think I feel like no one's happy about this.
Hold on, we've got a quote from Sean Ross Sapp here. He's retweeted his Fightful Select post about the non-compete clauses and stuff. And it's a quote here. It says, "We were told that Nick Khan specifically is willing to take the heat and did not seem concerned about prior plans, project, who the person is married to, or how long they've been signed, or what they have going on." So that's your reminder. Go send Nick Khan all the hate in the world. Please go comment nasty words on every single one of his social medias if you can find them. I've never cared to look. Send him nasty emails. We don't like Nick Khan here. I've said it before, I'll say it again. There is only one Khan we support on this podcast, and his name is Tony. Good evening, everyone. I didn't mean to end that like an NBC News broadcast. That's went well.